Good evening. It is 20 to 8 on Sunday evening. It's currently 19 Celsius out right now. It's very nice out. I think we hit somewhere in like around 20, maybe 22 today. There was no humidity. It was very, very nice. Yesterday, Saturday, was chilly. Like in comparison to what it's been in like the, I don't know, at least 30s. We hit damn near in the 40s last week with the Humidex. It was crazy. So it's been really, really hot and humid lately. So Saturday was kind of a punch in the gut. It was cold in comparison. But it worked out nice for Saturday because I took Monkey. This was Rib Fest weekend here in my town. It was very low key for what it usually is. We had a good time. I mean, whatever, you know. So Monkey and I got up Saturday morning, and I guess around 9:30 or so, we went for breakfast. Boo Boo unfortunately had to work, so he didn't come with us, but we wanted to go. There's this little restaurant that I love. They make such good Western sandwiches, and their rye bread is fantastic, and their home fries are awesome. Their gravy is, I love them. And I really wanted sandwich Saturday morning. I'd been talking about it all day to my boss and stuff on Friday. I was so excited. So Monkey and I got up and we drove down there, and the damn place was closed. We had such horrible winds on Friday night. I had to keep going out and checking on the pool and my planters and everything out back. And it was just utter madness. So I guess the area where this restaurant was out of power, because we pull in and we walk up to the door and they had a sign out saying, "Sorry, no power." I was like, sad. So it is what it is. We jumped in the car, and there's another little spot that I like from time to time. So we went and got our breakfast. We had a lovely breakfast together. Monkey got, what was it called? It was like a farmer's breakfast, but no eggs. It was all meat. Mama's little carnivore. And he was happy as a clam. He absolutely loved it. And I had my Western sandwich, because I wanted sandwich. And it was nice. And we got home. We had plans for my brother and my nephew to come over about 11:30, because we didn't think that Rib Fest started until somewhere between 11 and 11:30. So we got back with about an hour or so to sort of sit and chill, and I tidied up a little bit and I watched a little bit of YouTube and whatever, until my brother and my nephew showed. My brother brought his new girlfriend over with him, which I was really not expecting. I made it very clear to him, and I don't care if I'm a bitch. I really don't care. I made it very clear to him I did not want to get to know the transition girl, okay? Dude was living with a chick for, like 3 years. They were engaged. They broke up, and, you know, a couple of weeks later, he's got this new chick. It's like, I don't have time for the transition girl. I'm sorry. It takes all kinds of memory and effort to learn and retain a name. Like, I just don't care. Have fun, do you, but I don't need to meet her. And I thought I made that very clear, but he brought her. So I was a little taken aback. That's fine, whatever. I mean, I wasn't rude to her or nothing. I introduced myself and I shook her hand and whatever. I even asked her name, I don't know, an hour or so later, because I sure as hell didn't remember it. I still don't know it. Whatever. But we all went down. We took a walk down. And I called my buddy, actually. My buddy wanted to come. So I called him and reminded him that we were going. And he drove down and met us. The rest of us walked down. And damn it, I'll tell you, we got there and they changed it a lot this year from what it usually is. They had some security at the gate, which I don't recall. I remember maybe 4 or 5 years ago when my boyfriend and I went, they had security there and they were doing bag checks and everything. And I remember one of them wanting to go through my purse, and I told him he could go through my purse when he produces a warrant. You're not a cop? Get out of here. Going through my purse. No. And they had that this year too. So when we got there, of course I had a coffee with me, and they were like, yeah, you can't bring that in, you'll have to throw it out. I was like fuck. Throw out a coffee. Eat a dick. So I'll just stand here and drink my coffee. I don't care. You can't block the gate. I don't fucking care. The gate is not my goddamn problem. I wouldn't be standing here if you let me in. So stood there and drank my coffee. God damn it. And my nephew had a backpack with him. My nephew is like 9 years old, okay? He had a backpack with him because his mom sends him with like everything, right? He had a water bottle. He's very fair skinned. He's a redhead, so he's very fair skinned. So there was like a hat and his sunscreen, and he had a jacket or a sweater because he was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and it was chilly, and we were on the water. So she sends him with everything, a water bottle, like all kinds of stuff, snacks, I think, like. So the security guard says to my 9-year-old nephew, you can't bring that water bottle in. What's in it? And my brother's like, water? He's 9. You can't bring that in. No outside food or drinks. And it's like, okay, so we dumped the water out. And he's like, yeah, you can't bring the water bottle in. For real, bud? So I took the water bottle and I snuck it into my purse. And when I finished my coffee, I just walked right through the gate. I just walked in. Usually I do give, because it's by donation, right? It's like a local charity thing here. So usually I do donate something. $5, $3, like whatever I happen to have in my wallet. They got shit for me this year. Go fuck your hat. I was so mad. They had the audacity to go through my 9-year-old nephew's backpack, which is why I took the water bottle, because I didn't want a whole fiasco over a fucking water bottle. They were not going through my purse. End of story. Call the cops. And they didn't even ask. I just walked right through. But they went through my nephew's backpack. Like, are you serious, my dude? The kid's 9 years old. What, you think he's sneaking in? Like, I get there are some very shady people in this town that would totally try to sneak shit in with their kids. We are not one of those people. Like, and my nephew was very uncomfortable with the whole situation. But he would never say anything, you know, and neither would my brother. You fucking pat down my kid? I take issue with that. We would have a problem. You're not touching. Who are you? You're not touching my kid. Get out of here. You're not a cop. Get the fuck out of here. And cops wouldn't do that to 9-year-old children. Like, anyways, we went in. We had a good time. It was fine. There were not a lot of vendors. There was no henna tattooing. There was no face painting. There was none of that stuff. I was really kind of taken aback. We went down planning to spend the day. I think we were there maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. I don't even think it was that long. Yeah, they had no music playing, like no live music playing. Some of the vendors and whatever had like radios going and whatever, but usually there are live local bands all damn day. There's, you know, like your your ribs and whatever, all those people, because and they do contests and draws and whatever. But usually there's a crap ton of vendors, right? For like junk food and sunglasses and t-shirts and clothes and pop socket. There were no pop sockets. I went down specifically looking for a pop socket. No pop sockets. But there's all kinds of stuff usually. There was maybe, 5 or 6 vendors tops? And the majority of it was like basically a lemonade stand, a place to get burgers and hot dogs, some weird dessert donut thing that like put fucking bacon on, like, bleh. And the rest was like knick-knacky stuff. There was one clothing place where I caved and bought a sweater because I was freezing. So for $50 I got a sweater, but it is a nice sweater. It's not worth $50, and like no sweater's worth $50, but I was cold. But the sunglasses were garbage. They're like, it was just really disappointing. We did find there was some woodworking stuff there, like artsy craftsy wood stuff. And one of them was like garden signs and door signs and whatever that, said all kinds of weird and wonderful things. And they were cute. They were really cute. They were all handmade. They were nice. We picked up one that Monkey wanted to get for his room. It's so cute. And we picked up one that he wanted to get for his dad for Father's Day. So it worked out quite well. And I think they were like, I don't know, anywhere between like $15 and $20. So like, that's fine. I mean, I spent $50 on a fucking sweater, so who am I, So we grabbed those, and I got Monkey a hot dog from that vendor, and he said they were really good. They were like ballpark burgers, ballpark hot dogs. They smelled really good. I don't eat them, but they smelled really good. And we sat down on the hill because you can't smoke in the park. So we were naturally still in the park because I wasn't leaving, but we went in behind everything. There's this hill. We went in behind everything and sat down, and I had a friggin' cigarette. Yes, I did. And Monkey had his hot dog, and my buddy had a hot dog and a cigarette, and we just sat for a little bit and talked and whatever. We had a good time. My brother and my nephew went in line for ribs, but I think some of the lines were like an hour long, like just waiting, not even getting your rib, just waiting in line. But I think part of that is because they weren't pre-cooking anything, because it was quite chilly out. Usually it's very hot on Ribfest weekend, and they pre-cook a whole bunch of stuff, and it's fine, right? But so I think that's part of it. But my brother got like a whole crap ton of wings and like half a chicken, and they had some cornbread, which I thought about getting, but I wasn't standing in line for no cornbread. And they had the blooming onions, which I love, but again, I wasn't standing in line for that shit. Plus I'd had breakfast, which I don't normally do. I was so not hungry. But we had a good time, and we walked around and spoke to some of the vendors. They were very, very nice. They were very busy in the sense that, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of people there, but in the sense of like trying to hold their tents down because it was windy. They'd had to come and like reset up because of Friday night's wind, and things were just blown all over the place, and I felt bad for them. It was not a good. Today would have been better. Today would have been much better. Not as windy and warmer. But Friday and Saturday would have sucked. I felt bad for them. The one thing I seen there that I wanted to get, and I totally forgot about it, when we left was honey. There was like a local beekeeper there, and they had honey, jars of honey, decent sized jars of honey for like $10. I was like, oh, love me like good real honey. But I totally forgot about it. I was so done. I was so over it. I was not impressed with Ribfest at all this year. We had a good time, but it was nothing like what it normally is. Although Monkey went with his dad today, and he said that they had the henna tattooers were there, and he noticed that there was a bit more than on Saturday. So whatever. Hopefully, if they do it again next year, hopefully it's better. The other thing is they were charging in the evening for the bands, which I don't recall them ever doing before. So you had to get tickets to go see the bands, which is what they did for Bayfest. And those are like large big name bands like Kiss and Alice Cooper and Iron Maiden and, you know, Black Eyed Peas and all that kind of stuff. But Ribfest, the music was always free. And it used to be a lot at 5440 used to come a lot. But there's been other bands. I just can't think of who they are. 5440 is who I usually went down to see when I went to Ribfest. I think Kim Mitchell was one year. Yeah, I don't usually go down for the concerts, but I have a couple of times. But I don't recall paying for them. But this year, if you went after like 6 or 6:30 or something like that, it was like $20 in advance or $25 at the door if there were still tickets available, or a weekend pass for $35. Like, it just, and it wasn't even like name bands. It was local bands opening up for, what do you call them? Tribute bands. Like, not to put tribute bands down, but I'm sorry, I'm not paying to go see a tribute band. I will pay happily to go see like a name band, but a tribute band, I'm sorry, no. Tribute bands are open for the big bands. I don't care. I'm not paying money for that shit. So I think Shania Twain featured with a Shania Twain cover band. Woohoo. And I can't even, I'd never even heard of the other cover bands, except for Destroyer. I know Destroyer. Destroyer is a Kiss cover band. And they played last night. I could hear them. I could hear them on my porch. I hate Kiss. Not a Kiss fan. So, yeah, it was just really weird the way that they did things this year. And I don't know if they're just trying to make up for the money that they've lost the last 2 years, because in 2020, of course, we didn't have any festivals at all in town, right? With the whole Rona bullshit. And then last year, they did this stupid kind of drive-through Ribfest at the racetrack. Absolutely ridiculous. It made no friggin' sense to me. So I'm assuming that the whole thing this year was basically a money grab. It is, in my opinion, to try and make up for the money that they didn't make the last couple of years, because so they also have to pay the vendors for coming too, right? So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, we had a good time. It's just, to me, it wasn't the same as it was. It was, yeah. And the whole thing about not being able to bring in a fucking cup of coffee, like, give me a break. I can see not bringing, like, they don't want you bringing in alcohol. Of course, it's a family event, and there are a lot of power drinkers in this town. weekend warriors. So I get that. But I mean, come on. Going through a 9-year-old's backpack. If that was my kid, there would have been a I mean, get your tasers out. There would have been a friggin' problem. Touch my kid. No, sir. Not in my lifetime. But whatever. So we did that, and then Monkey and I decided it was time to leave. And we walked the boulevard, which is behind, or the boardwalk behind me here. So we walked the river. And then went home. And we just sort of chit-chatted. Act a fool, and had a good time, and whatever. And then we went home. And just sort of chilled out a little bit. And in between, his dad kept calling me. Off and on all day. I'm in town until whatever time it was. I can come pick him up so you don't have to go anywhere. And I was like, no. I have to go get gas and I have to go get cigarettes, which is all on your way to the neck of the woods anywho. Like, please stop trying to muck up my schedule. Like, told you I would bring him over around 6:30. That way we're not rushing around for the afternoon, right? Because I also had to get Boo-Boo from work, right, at 5. So, like, just back off, my dude. So, I guess around 3:45, 4 o'clock, I said to Monkey, like, are you hungry, right? Because we had to do dinner. And the plan was to go under the bridge and get fries. He's like, yeah, I'm hungry. And I said, okay, fine. So I said, we'll go to the bridge and get fries. And we'll just sit and talk and eat our fries and whatever. And then by the time we're done all that, it should be time to go get your brother. Then we can come home. You can have your shower, get your pajamas on, and I'll take you to your dad's, right? Nice and smooth, right? Like a well-oiled machine. I had everything down. Okay, fine. So we get in the car. And we start heading to the bridge to go get fries. And Monkey's dad calls me. So I answer the phone. I got my phone hooks up to my car, so I can do hands-free. So I answer the call. And again, I'm in town, blah, blah, blah. I can come get him. So I was like, Monkey's sitting right beside me, right? I'm trying to keep my cool. I hate repeating myself. I said, Bud. I said, I am taking Monkey for fries under the bridge right now. I said, I don't want you. He says, well, I'm at the gas station. I'll come, drop him off here. Like, meet me here, whatever, right? I'm like, my dude. I said, we got you a Father's Day present at Ribfest. He's got to go home and have a shower and sign your card. Like, we have the things to do. We're doing the things. Stop trying to muck up my schedule. Stop. You're not helping. It's not helping. Stop. Do what you need to do and go the hell home. I will drop him off between 6 and 6:30. Okay? He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah. Like, stop freaking with the plan. Stop it. Do I call you several times a day when you have him on the weekend and be like, I can come pick him up here and I can come, drop him here and we'll meet here. Like, like, it was funny the first couple of times, and by this point I was just getting mad. God damn it. And Monkey's sitting beside me. He's smiling at me. I'm like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That's your dad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. It was funny. So, We actually stopped, was it on the way to? Yeah, on the way to. And, no, it was on the way back. So we went and did the fry thing. And then we had to stop and get a card, a Father's Day card for Monkey's dad. And then we went and got Boo Boo from work. And Boo Boo looked so tired, the poor thing. Got him home, and he had dinner from the other night that he didn't eat in the fridge. So I warmed that up for him, and I said, I had said to him on Friday, if you want to go to Rib Fest, I will take you, because I didn't know. Usually there are debit machines down there to take out cash, because a lot of the clothing vendors and the knickknacks and the face paints and all that stuff, they don't take debit. The clothing vendors usually do, but all the other stuff is usually cash only. But with the way that they've been doing things lately, I really didn't know if they were going to have ATMs there or not. So I had said to Boo Boo, eat your dinner. This is Friday night. Eat your dinner. He'd ordered himself pizza. And then come get me, and I will take you to the bank so that you've got some cash for Saturday or Sunday whenever you decide to go, right? Just leave it at home. I'll pick you up after work. You come home and change, and down you go, right? Well, he never came to get me. So we never went to get him money. So when we got him home on Saturday, I said, you have your leftovers. I'll warm them up for you. You go get changed, have something to eat, and then you can get your butt down there, right? But in between, I had to go take Monkey to his dad's, because I had enough of the man calling me. I texted his wife, and I'm like, we're coming. Tell him to shh. She's laughing at me. I'm like, I've had enough of your husband today, okay? But I said to Boo Boo, if you go, please leave me a note, right? 21 years old, go do your thing. But leave me a note or shoot me a text so that I know where you are, because I will stay up and worry and whatever. It's a mom thing. I just need to know where you are, and we're fine. So when I came home, there was no note. So I assumed he was home. But I said to him tonight when I picked him up, I'm just going to make hot dogs tonight. Monkey had already eaten. His dad took him down to the Rib Fest. I said, I'll just make you a few hot dogs if you want to go get changed and go down to the Rib Fest, because you didn't go last night. And he said, oh, I went last night. He said, yeah, I walked down, and by the time I got there, they wanted like $25 for him to get in. He was like, no. Going home. So I was like, oh, okay, well, thanks for leaving the note. Like, I had no idea. Okie dokie. So had he been able to get in, like had he said screw it and paid the money to get in or whatever, I would not have known that he had left the house, because there was no note. Anyways, yeah, he was kind of disappointed. And well, it's 8 o'clock now. They're going to be closing soon, so try again next year, I guess. I have these older guys beside me having a little tailgate party, and they keep staring over here. All the parking lots are so full. The parking lot I usually park in is right in front of where the Rib Fest is taking place. There is zero parking. There is zero parking in the tiny parking lot just down from it, and this is the only place where I can park tonight. There is no parking. Like, people are even parked on the road, like in the bicycle lane. I don't think they're supposed to do that. But anyways, yeah, so that's been my weekend. Tomorrow I'm off. Tomorrow's Monday, right? Yeah. I'm off tomorrow. I have to make my phone call to the CMHA. And I have to do some Googling. I've got to Google my doctor's website and find out their programs and what they offer for counseling and whatever. Because they have counseling that's covered under our OHIP, which is nice. CMHA is also covered under OHIP. But you can't double dip, so I need to see which program I feel might suit me better for the counseling. And then I need to Google the address of the hospital in my boyfriend's town, because I have to go there next Monday to see the ENT about my ear. So that is what's on the agenda for tomorrow. And then I work Tuesday and Thursday this week. So I have a crap ton of things to catch up on around the house, because I did nothing last week but work outside because it was so nice. And then this weekend, of course, I was busy with, trying to spend some quality time with Monkey. And, it's not very often that I get that there's things out and about to do with him. So usually, like, we'll sit around the house and talk, or we'll watch a movie and then talk movies, and but to actually get outside and do something, so it was pretty special. It was a pretty important thing to do, I feel. So I have to play catch up during the week. That's fine. And then maybe Friday or Saturday, I have to start I'm debating. I usually do a Canada Day barbecue, but my boyfriend has been very in his head. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And quite frankly, I'm to the point where I don't care anymore. I've been asking him. I haven't seen him pretty much all month. But I've been asking him periodically, like, do you want me to come over to your place? Are you coming over here? Like, blah. And he never answers that question, ever. He'll text me back and tell me, like, when I ask about his day and what he's doing and blah, blah, blah. He'll text me back all that stuff. But when I text him about getting together, I never get an answer at all. He either kind of goes around that question and starts going on about how he doesn't want to people and blah, 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 or he ignores it completely and doesn't answer. So I'm kind of done asking. I asked him last night or this morning or whatever the hell it was, and I got that's in 2 weeks, right? But no answer. So I don't know. I keep flip-flopping. I don't know what Boo Boo's doing. I would imagine he's off the Friday. That Friday is Canada Day, right? The 1st, which I believe is Friday, is Canada Day. And I think most things are closed. So I don't know if he's going to be around, and if he is, I don't know if he's going to sit out, like, because I usually sit outside, and I have, usually it's me, my neighbor, my brother, if he's not working, and if he's not working, he brings my nephew, and my buddy and my boyfriend. And if Monkey wants to stay, he's more than welcome to, like, whatever. And I do, hamburgers and hot dogs and salads and fruit trays and veggie trays and chips and pop and all the things, right? And we sit outside and have a day. There's the pool and all that kind of stuff, right? Usually my nephew lives in the pool. I don't bother with fireworks because they're way too expensive, but I usually do sparklers or something. I mean, the kids are all older now, and I don't think they particularly care anymore. So, and then in the evening we'll do a bonfire and do s'mores and marshmallows and hot dog wieners and whatever, like, and we sit around and shoot the shit. Usually the adults start having a couple of bevies, and it's a good time, right? But I'm thinking that's probably not going to happen this year. So, my brother drives cab now, so he's probably working. Canada Day would be a big money-making day. Which means my nephew won't be coming. Although his mom brought him last year, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I'm flip-flopping. It's a lot of work to get ready. It's, a lot of money to put out to get the stuff. And, if it's just... Even if it's just me and my neighbor, I don't need to do all that stuff. My neighbor comes over, my buddy comes over all the time, so I don't need to, it's fine. I don't know. We'll see. I'm undecided. But I have decided I'm not asking my boyfriend no questions about getting together no more. I'm over it. It just pisses me off and frustrates the shit out of me. And answer my question. I don't care if it's yes, no, or go fuck yourself, but answer my question. Otherwise, it seems shady to me and it kind of sends me off in a tailspin. Like, I was up half the night last night, spiraling about this, why isn't he answering a very simple question kind of thing. And it's not necessary. Like, I don't need that shit. Don't make your problems my problems. Just saying. So yeah, I don't know. But anywho, we're 36 minutes. Yes, I gotta jump. I gotta make sure Monkey remembers to make his lunch for tomorrow. So, anybody watching, thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk later.